Hey, it's James, Father's Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. Just so you know, and you're clear, trial is not going to be like one of these motion hearings, these motions for temporary orders that last 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes of oral argument, you stand up and you talk about your exhibits. Trial, when you go to trial, your final divorce trial, your final custody trial, your final established maternity trial with child support and custody, alimony, all those issues. It looks like trial in the movies and stuff most of the time, unless you do unless you opt out. Some states allow you to opt out and do a modern expedited trial via Zoom, and then you throw out the rules of evidence, which that makes due process go away. I'd never want to do that, but trial. It's a full-blown trial. You're going to put witness on the stand. If you're representing yourself, you're going to take the stand. So you tell a narrative. You don't ask yourself questions usually. There's some old school judges who would have people pose a question and you answer a question. You have to authenticate all your evidence. You can't just walk in and say, I'm opening up Exhibit 12, which is text messages between me and the mother. You have to have that stuff authenticated, and then you argue over whether it's admissible in court. Trial is the whole thing. That's like saying, oh, the final exam for my dissertation or the final exam of this course is going to be like a pop quiz. No, it's not. This is the whole shebang. You're going to have an opening argument. You're going to call your witnesses to the stand. You're going to have to fight people to say, oh, that exhibit is not the mother's text messages or her diary, or that's not a police record, that's hearsay, or that's not authenticated. The cop isn't here to authenticate it. There's a process to get each exhibit admitted. There's a process to have it admitted before people can object. Trial could last a full week. If you're on top of your stuff and you're not dilly-dallying around and goofing around and you're taking your court stuff seriously. I've had people call me like right before trial, the day before trial, or a week before trial. They've been watching me for a year. They say, hey, you got any tips for trial? Yeah, do you know you're doing an opening argument, closing argument, and you need to have a trial brief and a witness list and an exhibit list and proposed orders? And all your evidence needs to be in a 3-ring binder, and the judge needs a copy, and the bailiff needs a copy, and the courtroom needs a copy to have the hand of the witnesses. Do you know about the rules of evidence to be objecting? Or if they try and object and keep your stuff out, do you know how to defend it and keep it in? Trial is a big full-on war. Trial is a full-blown game, and it's the Super Bowl. Some of you act like it's flag football with a 20-yard, starting at the 20-yard line. No, this is all out everything. Anything goes type of stuff. And you're going to want to know how to examine a witness and cross-examine and do recross. Call a witness, recall a witness for rebuttal or something. You need to know what self-authenticating evidence that you don't have to authenticate to get it in. I'm trying to think, if trial's coming up, there's a lot of people that they're not going to take you, attorneys won't take you seriously until you start sending over an exhibit list and a witness list and your actual trial notebook. Then they'll show signs, say, do you want to settle? And then they show their cards. But if you're not engaging in all the pre-trial stuff, like I've had people who had a pre-trial hearing and they know there's deadlines for financial declarations and trial notebooks and witness lists and exhibit lists and exchanging. In some courts now, you upload your exhibits digitally, especially if your trial is via Zoom. And then, your closing argument is 10 times longer than your opening argument. And then you have a presentation of orders hearing, sometimes a separate hearing, sometimes you do it that day. Sometimes the court will take it under advisement and deal with it later. But trial is a full-blown, you need to know everything there is to know about court in order to do trial. There's not a little mini temporary order hearing. It's not a quickie fast food drive-through ex parte hearing. And if it's getting close to trial, I'm at the very least, setting off a witness list. And I'm going to have a witness list. I'm going to have a dream team witness list. I'm not just going to have the people I know are going to show up. I'm going to have like the parent alienation expert listed on there that I could talk. I'll call up and I'll talk to. Hey, do you do trials? How much do you cost? I'm interested in possibly considering you going to trial, even if it's unrealistic. I would want to put them on a wish list, and then the other side calls them and say, hey, did you have James Christensen call you to be a witness? No, he hasn't subpoenaed me yet, but he did call and inquire about my services. That's part of the game. They're going to start taking you seriously. And maybe you'll get them to want to settle and negotiate at something better. This is all a leverage game. This is all the stuff that I work with people on and we talk about in a consultation that you may not see all the details of in a video, so you don't take me seriously. Or some of you guys are total numbnuts. Like I had a guy call me earlier today and he's texting me saying, I really need your help. I'm like, well, this is my consultations and this is my rates. Well, I can't afford it right now, but let me tell you, blah, 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 50 screenshots of text messages. Or I've been DMing you on TikTok. Mother effer, I don't check my DMs most of the time. Do you tell a dentist office, hey man, I've been DMing you or I've been posting comments on Google Maps and on Yelp. How come you're not calling me back? So then the guy, he kept talking to me and then he started talking about guys who commit suicide, guys who drastic things. Maybe you'll see me on the news. My case is the worst case ever. My case is different. I'm like, no, it's not. Nobody can help me. I can help you, but you don't want my help. But nobody can help me. I can help you, but you don't want my help. I can help you. And then in the end, when the guy's on his 50th message to me at 9 p.m. at night, I'm like, look, man, you decide. Do you want my help? No? Okay, go to somebody else. Well, whine, cry, piss and moan, nobody else. Then shut the F up and stop being a pussy-ass bitch whining and crying to me. Just because I'm accessible doesn't mean you guys can come on and leech on and play an energy-draining vampire. That's the stuff that I've been dealing with for 24 years. And you guys don't like me telling the pussy-ass bitches out there with the welfare mentality, oh, James, you need to... And then the guy, after I said I was done and I was deleting his messages, he said, I'm going to send you one more thing. Go watch my thing. That's where I start to realize, you know why you're in an effed up situation? Because you're a psychotic, gay stalker, narcissist, little diva bitch who thinks everybody needs to hear your full story. Nobody gives a shit about you. Nobody gave a shit about me. But I cared about my kids, so I didn't need everybody to give a shit about me. And I was there at the beginning saying, do you realize how bad the court system is? Do you realize this? And then I realized nobody cares. But I still have a child out there. So this guy was talking suicidal talk and guys who've done drastic stuff. I said, dude, if you don't want to take yourself out. He goes, what the hell are you talking about? I'm not talking about suicide. I said, this is why I don't do a consult via text, because it gets confusing and mismanaged and retarded welfare bum bitches like you who want me to stay on the phone all night just to talk to you because you have a feminine need and you need somebody to be there for you and you think I'm going to be there for you because you see that I'm a real one and I'm genuine. I actually went through this stuff. I don't owe you shit, mother effer. I can't be Holy Spirit for everybody. You dumbass, unrealistic, super high expectation, psychotic, gay stalker weirdo. You guys need to wake the F up. You're in a situation that you created by your choices. You had a kid with a crazy woman. So did I. I can own it. My last relationship, I dated a narcissistic, psychotic bitch. And she played damsel in distress really well. And I got suckered. And I tell on myself all the time about it. I had a nice string of 20 years of dating good women. And I passed up some women because of some little red flags. And, I had too high expectations. But I can own it when I make a mistake. That's why I could tell you guys what it is. What do you want me to do? Do you guys want me to dance around and give you the same bullshit lines that attorneys give you? Oh, it's going to be okay. Call me, Judge Anthony, call me for $750 an hour and I'll tell you 5 different ways to deal with a narcissist. And he doesn't tell you jack shit except how to cope with a narcissist. And that's about it. And he was part of the system. So you guys want me to sit here and cater to you. Not all of you, because some of you want to fight. And this is what happens if you actually give a shit and you're a real man. Oh my God, this James guy got full custody. I need to talk to him. Oh, he charges. You don't need to, if you can't afford me, you don't need to call me up or you don't need to text me and talk to me for 40 minutes telling me why, all the different reasons why you can't afford me. You can't go to a lawyer or a dentist or a doctor or get surgery or dental implants and have an appointment to talk about how you can't afford an appointment. Shut the F up and go and watch my free videos and act like a real man and have some balls and go fight. And if that doesn't work or nothing's worked for you, get the F out of my face and let me go talk to some guy who actually has some balls who wants to fight. And if you spent $30,000 on attorneys like this last guy did and think I should be free, you can F off because you were too stupid to find me when I've been out there for the past 15 years. Anyway, get ready for trial.